Hello, I'm Eric Horwitz coming at you from Havana, Cuba. This is Slava Repetina. She serves as the president of LIFT Enrichment. Now, fast forward to literally November 2024, and we hit 10 million.
Our first big contract was, I still remember, 700,000. One continuous growth, improvement. The key really is our service is great, and behind the service, there are obviously great processes. For the biggest contract ever, which is 1.3 million.
And we are going to go over the 8 big lessons that this woman and I have learned and experienced growing LIFT Enrichment, a company, to 1 million to 10 million in literally a year and a half. Now, there's more to it than that, and I hope that caught your attention because this is real. So who am I? I am the owner of LIFT Enrichment, and I am also a coach, consultant. I help people scale their company from 7 to 8 figures. I have a company right now, does over $1 million a month, and it only takes me 8 hours a month to manage because I have very important help, which leads me to my guest today. Just a little bit of backstory. When did you join the company?
August 2022.
August 2022 as an operations coordinator, and you worked your way up to operations manager in charge of your own operations team, and eventually to the president level. Her job is to be in charge of the leadership team so she can execute the vision, work day to day, and make it so I can do fun things like shoot content, travel the world, and do consulting. She started her role as the president September 2023. And here's a key context. So we hit a rolling 12 months of revenue of 1 million. When?
March 2023.
Yeah, and that was a big deal. We were over the moon that the past 12 months has equaled 1 million. And now 1 million's like
an okay month.
It's an okay month, how things change. Now, fast forward to literally November 2024, and we hit 10 million. Obviously, a lot happened before that time, during it, and after. But let's start with point number 1, which is renewing clients. We work with schools and school districts, and when we do a great fall, winter, summer, spring, they come back for more. So tell me about your on the ground experience with that.
Of course. So our first big contract was, I still remember, 700,000 from one of our clients, and it seemed very, very big. Now we actually hit our new record for the biggest contract ever, which is 1.3 million. That happened last month. The key really is our service is great, and behind the service, there are obviously great processes and the right people that we hired. So clients like us because we're consistent. Our team's very likable. I feel like every account coordinator, they have this personal, special approach to every client. And when the service is great and they know it's going well and we're not letting them down, they're feeling comfortable with renewing. That's really key. When the service is great consistently, we can push the bigger contracts and we're cool with it.
So we work with school districts. They start relatively small or medium, but we have a great business model where they trust us more and they allow us to teach more students, more kids, and do more business. So, we're not selling a thing that is done and then they never come back. So I think having very strong client renewal is the key to growth. We're not constantly getting new and new. We've had clients for years upon years and years.
Some of our clients that we work with currently, they've been with us for the past 3 years. And they're still coming back. They're coming back this year because they like us. And we like them. Has to be a win-win, of course.
Win-win, always. So let's talk about point number 2, which is hiring the right internal people. So what superstars or what hiring did you guys do behind the scenes that helped the company scale so quickly?
The key to growing a company is hiring professionals that help you scale. We hired an amazing HR director to take care of our chef teachers. We have a big team of the chef teachers. NOBS director, our program manager, Alex. We hired great account coordinators who communicate with the clients and make sure everything's on point. It did take a lot of time to find the right people and put them in the right seat. But he is, again, always think if those people embody the core values or not.
Were you hiring a lot or a little? Like, how did you know, like, when it was ready to bring in more internal people to help as the company was scaling so rapidly?
Of course, if you know that, well, the first rule is if there are more than 6 people below a supervisor, that's too much. That's too big of a team. If you see that there's a person who's in charge of the task they're not supposed to be in charge of, for example, ops directors hiring chef teachers, we need an HR director. As the company got bigger and there's, of course, more compliance issues, California law, handbooks, and whatnot, you need someone in HR, a really good, strong HR. Same with the clients. We got a lot of clients. We need a separate accounts person to manage the account coordinators. As we expanded to New York, we need someone in the New York time zone. So that's really it. The more service people you need, the bigger the company is, the more hands you need.
And we're pretty, I guess, I don't know, pretty easy about if the department feels like it needs more people, more recruiters, more onboarders, more sales, more operation, more admin, we just kind of just pull the trigger.
Of course.
Because the cost of hiring a new person isn't crazy because we find them on Upwork, we find them through referrals. We have a good base to commission ratio. So if they come to me and say, hey, look, I don't think you really come to me or ask for anything. You just go, hey, well, this team is over bloated, but you're you're much more, I think, savvy about when we need it, when we don't. And you've never been like, hey, we need to spend $100K next month on X, Y, and Z.
Never. Never.
It's a good trade to have. Budget sound. Our third point, which is building processes. And I think you are a master at processes. You are a master SOP, standard operating procedure writer, writing those manuscripts. So tell us about during that time, what were you doing behind the scenes regarding building those key processes so others could execute?
The key for me is building the processes for the leadership team so they can build the processes for their team below. But the key to a good process is it's got to be simple yet thorough. When I build a process, I always ask myself, if I were not working here and I was just a new person to do this job and someone handed me the SOP, would I understand what I'm supposed to be doing or not? And I look at it, that's kind of where I'm coming from whenever I build a
But you're very detailed. Sometimes I look at your process, I'm like, this is bullet, but also I think the videos help that you create.
The videos help, of course, always instruction done the video. So my team has to run most of the SOPs by me, and I always say why is there in the loom? Has to be the process that's written down in the loom. Or if someone comes up to me and says, oh, there's this new thing, like in New York, it's called 6,000 something HR hiring, and they tell me about it, I'm like, is there a process on this?
Yeah.
Show me the document that talks about the whole process, the new thing that you've learned. Because everyone's going to need it in the future. It's not going to go away. Don't try and keep it in your head.
Yeah, look, if you're running a company that's as big as ours, currently at 320 people?
Yeah.
30 internal team members and 280 or 90 instructors, right? Which is when you started, we were about 40. Wow. Or 0, 30.
When we started,
it was post-COVID.
Less than 20 chef instructors on the team.
So let's talk about that, because point number 4 is about really amplifying the communication for your service personnel. Because we are a service company. We sell a cooking class in which somebody does a thing. It's as they say with the service space, easy to start. Doesn't require a lot of capital, but hard to scale. And yet we've scaled it to hundreds and hundreds of chef teachers, all part-time employees. So tell us about what you were doing internally to make them happier and more productive and believing in everything.
Yeah, when it's a small team of 20 instructors, it's easy, right? Because you talk to them all the time. You're on the phone. They know you. You know them. When it's a big company and it's 290 instructors, things got more complicated. Key things that we've implemented is one of them being office hours on Fridays. So our HR director, Noelle, she's there in her Zoom room every Friday. It's a specific time. Anyone can join, come in. She's on Zoom, ask questions, communicate. We have implemented quarterly meetings where I just present on what's happened, KPIs, highlight one of the chef teachers that I like when you highlight them and give them a little Amazon card or just
chef
the appreciation. Chef of the month. We also have monthly meetings as, the whole company, the whole chef teacher team. And now a new thing that we have recently implemented is a regional meeting. Not that too, but we also have meetings by region. So if it's like North California, it's the chef teachers from North California, their regional manager, and Noelle. And of course, yeah, regional managers, people, chef teachers who go there in person. They make sure everything's okay. They do in-person evaluations of the workshops. They train the new chef teachers. So those are the key things. And of course, new employee handbook, more policies, more communication, and all fronts.
And do those ideas, do they come from you? Do they come from the team? Like how did you, because the team was constantly creating new ways to better service the chefs and make them more heard and helped.
See, mostly it's they have an issue, we talk about it, I come up with the solution, and we implement it.
We're good at that. And another key point we talked about was because there's a saying in business, which is the person who got you here might not be the one to take you there. And like, we went from 0 to 1 million, then 1 to 2 million, then 2 to 5 million. Now we're doing, well over 1 million a month, 12 million. Like a key thing is learning. So what did you learn as a leader to keep you relevant? Because if you didn't learn, you would be stuck in the past and you wouldn't be doing your job well.
First, I learned a lot about running a business overall in every aspect. I've learned how to actually lead a team of directors, which is completely different from leading a team of admin, any staff, honestly. So when you lead the leaders, it's always more complicated. Of course, learned a lot about finance, learned a lot about issue solving. I think I really got good with dialing things in and simplifying things for other people, helping them issue solve. I learned how to motivate other people too, which is key.
Point 6 is, how do you inspire people? How do you, because when you lead a team, you have to keep, I want to inspire you, you inspire the team, everyone inspires each other. Like, what are your things that you learned during that 1.5 year period that helped get the team jazzed?
Notice first thing they say that I always help them with their anxiety in a way. When they're worried about something, I'm good at just helping them understand that it's a business and things happen and you gotta stay calm. I know what they want and I help them achieve what they want, their goals, their needs, they always come to me for advice, whether it's personal or business related, and I help them. They're very appreciative of that. Another thing is I feel like I keep them motivated by just keeping it fun and light and simple, even when things are hard. So they're excited to do their job and come to work.
And you're excited and you're
I'm
happy.
excited, of course.
Even when the bad stuff happens, it's
course,
not, it's like 80-20. Everything's good most of the time.
Yeah.
We talked about a key to growth, especially scaling up, is tracking complex metrics. Point number 7. Tell us about that.
Yes. Always got to make sure you track your trailing 12. Trailing 12. Okay.
Trailing 12 months, mandatory for all my clients. Trailing 12 months, trailing 3 months, and last month.
Trailing
Revenue, profit, margins, COGS, operation expenses, everything.
I just said it all. Yeah, trailing 12.
But we were doing that before.
Well,
What different things were we looking at?
Different things we're looking at right now: chef instructor churn, to no retention. Now that we're expanding to New York, we track New York separately, see how many FTAs we do, which is first time appointments, how many calls the sales team makes, because again, our key right now is this expansion to make sure we grow healthy. I'm tracking right now. And COGS and profit is always there on point. It's got to be on point. Multi-revenue.
And the thing is too, is that we are obsessed with these metrics. We look at scorecards weekly, monthly, quarterly, annually, and I can tell exactly where the company is. And a lot of your job is preparing that, working with the bookkeeper, working with the fractional CFO, hiring a fractional CFO when we need it, and just staying on point. And fortunately, knock on wood, the business has been going very smooth. We keep growing and scaling in a healthy way. It's not like scaling where boom, COGS spike up, operation funds spike up, profit shoots down. Like it's all very good, very easy, which is like makes me go, okay, good. Slava's doing a great job. And the last point number 8, which is probably the most important for that scaling, is having a good president. Delegation. Look, I was just at an entrepreneurial point, having run the company for, 12, 13 years, scaling it to $1 million-ish too. And I was like, look, I want someone else to do this, but I don't know. I just said, hey, I want to bring somebody up. Obviously, Slava volunteered. And, obviously, I attribute a lot of that success to her. And I just want everyone to know out there that it's possible to delegate literally everything except a tiny little bit that you have to do or sign. Why is it that you wanted to ascend up the ranks, coordinator, manager, director, and president?
Well, first of all, I've always worked in managerial positions for the most part, even before I joined LIFT Enrichment. Always seeing myself as I like organizing processes, orchestrating things, and I really think I'm good at it. So it's always been that and nothing else. I want continuous growth, improvement. I'm interested in that. I love business in general. I love learning new things. I love running teams. I love delegating. I'm good at with coming up with ideas, structuring things, and just having the team do the.
So I hope that helped and provided some value. If you would like one-on-one coaching consulting from me, and I can bring in my team as well, and help you and your leadership team and your whole company scale from 7 to 8 figures. So it only takes you 8 hours a month. I spend 2 meetings with her and 1 meeting with the leadership team and 1 finance meeting, and live the dream. Freedom, money, travel, doing cool things, like then sharing it, saying, hey, we made this profit. We just had a 5-person, 5-day leadership retreat in Havana, Cuba. If you want that, go to the website, Win with Eric. We'll do a discovery call, help you get to the next level. Peace.
Right.